What are cryptocurrencies? Cryptocurrencies are digital currencies that are secured using cryptography. Okay, let's break that down. A currency is either a medium of exchange or a storehold of wealth. Digital, because it exists only online, normally in a decentralised network based on blockchain technology, which I've made a whole separate video on. And cryptography, which is the science of encrypting and decrypting messages and data to keep them secure. The most well-known example of a cryptocurrency is the one that started it all, which was Bitcoin, and any cryptocurrency other than Bitcoin are termed altcoins, the more well-known ones being Ethereum, Litecoin, Monero, and the number of cryptocurrencies have risen to over 2,600. Now, to determine and differentiate between them, these differences being points such as the utility and capability of the currency, how the currency is supplied, privacy features, and more, are found in the white papers, which are documents made by the developer of the cryptocurrency to explain the purpose and the technology. So what are the main benefits of cryptocurrencies? In a sense, we have to look at the benefits by looking at the disadvantages of fiat money. Now, fiat money being money that is backed by the government, for example the US dollar, the British pound, the euro, and not backed by a physical commodity, such as gold. The two main problems of fiat money is the influence of third parties, or that is decentralised, and that it can be printed. The most noted problem is that it can be printed, which when done erodes its value and can produce problems such as hyperinflation. This has occurred in Germany in 1923, it continues in Venezuela since 2016, and possibly the most well-known example being in Zimbabwe, where at its height, the bank printed a 100 trillion Zimbabwean dollar note, worth at the time the equivalent of 40 US cents. The way this is combated is by having a limited supply. Bitcoin has been made so that the total number of bitcoins is limited at 21 million coins. These can be broken down into 100 millionths, called satoshis, but the total number is fixed and so its value cannot be eroded through producing a limitless amount. In regard to third-party influences, an example of this includes the bank being in control of your money. It may be yours, but to access it or to conduct payments other than cash, you must use intermediaries. Now, to answer the advantage that cryptocurrencies have, we have to go into how they are stored. And in order to explain, we need to lay out a couple of concepts. First, each user who owns or wants to buy cryptocurrency requires a digital wallet. Second, a token or unit of the currency is not what is stored in the wallet. For ease sake, in this example, I'll say Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is not stored in a wallet. Third, what is stored in wallets are keys, which are strings of data, letters and numbers, which facilitate the change to the record of transactions, the ledger. Now, to see more details regarding ledgers, I recommend seeing my blockchain video first. Now, there are two key types a wallet has, a public key and a private key. The public key is like the account username. It identifies the wallet so the user can send and receive Bitcoin. The private key acts like a digital signature, so essentially signing off on a transaction. As an example, if I want to send 50 Bitcoin to someone, the public key announces to the network to update their ledgers regarding this wallet's account to show this. The private key is the signature saying that this is definitely from me. Now, wallets are known either as hot or cold wallets, or hot or cold storage. A hot wallet, or hot storage, is when the wallet is connected to the internet, for example in a mobile wallet or in an exchange's wallet. A cold wallet is when it is on or in a device that is completely offline. Common cold wallets look similar to USB stick, or it can be a paper wallet, which means printing the keys on a piece of paper that you can physically store away. The keys are printed in the form of QR codes. Now, there is a reason to have both. The benefit of a hot wallet is that it allows ease of access to do transactions, but it is easily hackable. You could lose your details or the item could be damaged. A point to note is that once keys are forgotten or inaccessible, there is no means of recovering it. As at June 2019, an estimate of 20% of all Bitcoin is lost or irrecoverable. A cold wallet, apart from having them physically stolen, they cannot be hacked as they are off the grid, so to speak. A way to differentiate the two is to think of the hot wallet as a traditional wallet that just carries a portion of your total, whilst the majority remains separate in a bank. Now, to return to the idea of the bank holding your money, in these wallet examples, each user is in sole control of their currency through cold storage and through some examples of hot storage. so eliminating the need for a bank account, or more so eliminating the need of a third party for holding purposes. A query you might have is, how do you get cryptocurrency? Now before I go into this, big disclaimer. I neither encourage, endorse, advocate of, not sponsored, nor advising, or any other synonym of those who want to do this. This is purely informational. There were some financial horror stories when Bitcoin went to $20,000 in 2017 and dropped more than 50%, with people taking out loans, additional mortgages and more. Although I feel I understand this area a lot more, I'm not an expert or in the same vicinity. If the idea to get some cryptocurrency passes your mind, please do your own in-depth research, and if you have access to one, please get expert advice. Now, there are two ways. One is to convert fiat cash into the wanted cryptocurrency. This would be done through an exchange, such as Coinbase. The other way is to follow the cryptocurrency's method of supply. This is normally mining, whereby resources in the form of computer power is directed to verifying transactions and solving complex mathematical equations in a process known as proof of work. In reward for this, the miner is rewarded an amount of the cryptocurrency in question. Mining, in particular Bitcoin mining, I'll be going in depth in a separate video. A personal opinion, an issue I have with the exchange is that it reintroduces a third-party element into an otherwise decentralised technology, and so provides a potential target for thieves and for regulation by governments and other institutions. It's beneficial in the fact that people other than miners are able to access cryptocurrencies, but feel there should be another way. Some general thoughts to finish. Although I've tried to explain things in a manner for these topics to be understandable, I still find this to be a very conceptual thought process due to few real-life examples. So if there are any unclear points or points that have been presented incorrectly due to either my misunderstanding or misrepresentation of the information, comment or tweet me at Loci Academy, LOCI Academy. I think as well there are a few problems with cryptocurrencies. In concept, the technology is amazing, and Bitcoin's use in practice is interesting, but its use as an actual currency is currently confusing to me, as it's neither a medium of exchange nor a storehold of wealth, in my mind at least, and I think will require some more research on my part. I think there are very few resources that provide accessible, cohesive information, with a lot more focused on financial benefits as a potential moneymaker, instead of resources for understanding the technology. If looking at cryptocurrencies as an investment vehicle, more resources at least would provide a better understanding by understanding first and then investing. To finish, I want to state this due to being a topic with emotional ties in people, which has led to drastic financial actions. I'm not an expert in any topic I cover. I do research in topics that I find interesting. I break it down in a way I believe others would find easier to understand than other resources and share it. So if you do decide to get involved in this industry, please make sure to do your own research as well. I do hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please click that like button, press subscribe and hit that notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.